Green Bandits or these?
Yeah, man, y'all shit was dope, man. Yo, Zara, you really about to go to New York, bro?
Yo, man, we out.
Man, you ain't going no damn New York, bro. You don't be going nowhere like that.
Yo, man.
See, I've been places, you know what I'm saying? I travel. I go, you know what I'm saying? Yo, what about you, Shrew?
I mean, niggas don't really be going nowhere, but I do. I know I do.
Where you been at? Where you been at, man?
Shit, I be out Puerto Rico, I be out Cuba.
Shit, I've been in the
This nigga ain't been no motherfucking Cuba, man.
Where the Cuban cigar at,
Niggas go to Baltimore act like they been somewhere.
I've been places too. I've been to places too.
I don't know what you gonna need.
Man, what you Cap? Well, you got to know Captain. He's an international. Where you got? He's been all over the place, Captain.
Trinidad, Canada.
Damn,
I've been around, man.
Damn, you been out there with drinking and shit?
Damn, that's better than wild.
What about you, Yashima? What's up?
No, I'm from Jamaica, but I've been Canada, Florida, New York.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? Philly.
Shit. What about you, Cap?
Well, I'll tell you where y'all niggas ain't been.
Yo, Cat, where you been though, man?
Man, I've been where y'all niggas ain't been. I've been to the Passover.
What?
Yeah, y'all never been there? You ain't never been to the Passover?
Damn, Cat, that was a hurt piece.
Y'all ain't never been to the Passover? Y'all ain't never been to the Passover?
What the fuck is the
You ain't never been to the Passover? You ever been to the Passover? My bad. But y'all ain't never been to the Passover?
Unfortunately not.
You got the lamb slaughter. You got General Muhammad's class. We got the children's party.
Children's?
They got stuff for the kids to do. We got babysitters. They need babysitters.
I love the kids.
I ain't fucking with them kids.
And we're gonna have a black party.
Oh, shit.
And guess what? And guess what?
What's that?
If you pay your Passover fees up front, you can get in the black party for free.
Hell yeah. That's what I'm
say
saying.
black party?
It's gonna be performances there. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be open bar with the beer and the wine all night. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be in the building, you know what I mean?
niggas say black party? Shit.
Keep going.
You already know what it is. We do it bigger and better every year. This year, the 54th annual Passover.
And before the Passover, we got the biggest party of the year. It's the annual Black Party, March 30th. That's on a Thursday at the Durham Armory. Make sure y'all in the building.
And the moment y'all all been waiting for, the 54th annual ISUPK Passover, April 1st. April 1st, we doing it big. Once again, serving the Most High in Raleigh, North Carolina.
And you can get all of that at this year's Passover.
Yo, man, what's this about?
Quiet, man. I'm trying to set my scene. I called this council today, man, because I've been hearing some stuff. Captain Zariat coming out with that Carl Gas, Blue Magic. Yeah. And somebody leaked the ingredients. Don't nobody know nothing? Huh? Shit. Come on. Somebody gotta know something, man. Yeah. This is Delaware, man. We run a tight camp.
12 seconds later.
I know somebody knows something. Ain't that right? Don't you know something? You don't know nothing.
I don't know nothing, man.
Huh? Come on, man. You supposed to be in charge, G-Money. You the man.
I don't know nothing. Man.
You don't know nothing.
Stall him out.
It's a brand name, man. It smells great. And this shit can't happen again. Listen, man. Chrome gas, man. Blue Magic. It's the best smell of all out here ever.
Nino, snap out of it. Snap out of it.
I never liked swimming. Fresh brains having ass.
You ain't no Israelite, but you a gospelite, bitch. Fuck you talking about? If that nigga won't war, bitch, we ready. It ain't hard to find us. Hawk, I keep that stick locked, loaded, boy, he'll fade you line up. Young nigga name is Slayer. What you think, boy? You be done to try. South Coast shit, we bout it. UPK, shoot solid. Little bitch think I'm crazy, think I'm playing like bitch, I ain't the one. Warfare every day, so who is you, bitch? I don't need your love. Killers right round the way. What you think? I love this brotherhood, a hood. More than you, bitch. Sharp on shit, I'm bout it. UPK too solid. Fuck nigga don't want war. It ain't enough clips in your arm.
All right, we're the Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge. Start out at 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commander General Yohana. I'm Officer 5000, Mataza Pa, and I'll be holding out tonight's class. Tonight's class is the Brotherhood Class. All right, being hosted right here in Wilmington, Delaware. All right, now before I get into my topic, all right, I want to make an announcement. Give me 1 second, I got y'all. I wanted to read something for you real quick. Okay, so during the Passover, officers and their families are urged to use the shuttle service that the school has provided to each event due to the congestion in the city. So if you've been living under a rock and you haven't heard by now, Kendrick Lamar will be in. Is J. Cole? J. Cole. Oh, okay, I don't know. J. Cole. It's one of those. It's called the Greenville concert. Dreamville concert. All right, and so he'll be in town. J. Cole. All right, I got it right. J. Cole. So he'll be in town the same weekend that we have our Passover. Okay, and of course, rappers and entertainers are larger than life, so there is expected to be a lot of people in the town during that weekend. So because of that issue right there, the school has chartered some buses that will be able to take us back and forth to each event. In return, that will help us, of course, save gas on the cars. A lot of us won't be stuck in traffic. We'll be safe if, while we drinking and all that kind of stuff. You know how we are. And it's just a better look for everybody. So if you are able to utilize the shuttle service, utilize the shuttle service. All right. I'll be utilizing the shuttle service. I ain't been out in a year. I've been in school and working 7 days a week. I'm utilizing the shuttle service when I get there. All right, because I planned on chilling. All right, and I think that's about it. Okay. Also, General Mahyman, 12th Shield General Mahyman will be here Thursday. That is this Thursday. He will be in the building doing scriptural breakdown. All right. If you are in any of the surrounding areas, make sure you get here. Get here. Let's be here early. Show the general some support. Bring your questions, your issues that you got going on. You need counsel. He'll be here doing counsel after class. So if you need to get some counsel or anything like that, of course, he'll be here for that. All right, so General Muhammad will be here Thursday. If anybody wants to bring food, of course, you can bring whatever you want. All right, we pretty much already have. And just let me know if you need something or money for something or whatever. And so we can get this, make sure we got enough food for everybody and stuff. All right, so the topic is brotherhood is a weapon of choice, or it should be the weapon of choice, right? It should be all of our weapons of choice. In the time that we're living in right now, it is very important that we do these classes. Like we damn near need to do. I see you got a new watch too, man.
It's just a show, sir.
Yeah. That's how all the rappers. Yeah, none of their watches work. All the brothers who got money, they don't care if it's on or not. It's just for show, because your phone tell time. But don't think you just gonna get that Rolex past me like that. So, but like, in when we see what's going on, that's not bad. It tastes like you said it was whiskey. It tastes like Jack Daniels or something. Yeah, I believe that's Jack Daniels. Oh yeah. Old tubs. Yeah, you can taste that 100 proof up in there. So we have to do these brotherhood classes, even though it may seem like we talking about the same thing week in, week out. And, for a brother in the school, you're like, I get it. I got it. Brother, I pick up what you putting down. I picked it up, a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, you know what I mean? I get it. But we still have to do these classes because everybody don't get it.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? If everybody got it, we'll be in a better position than what we are today. For some reason, I mean, it don't matter how much we talk about it year in and year out. Black people have this insatiable urge to vote. Is voting coming up or something? Because why the hell is everybody talking about voting to me? I don't know why, but I don't know if it's coming up or it's a primary election. I don't know what the hell is going on. But everybody keep talking about voting, man. And what I found funny is, what wasn't it? I think it was like last year or maybe sometime this year, they just voted on like if lynching was legal. You got it.
Somebody said something about.
Can you take Salakia? It says, yeah.
I seen it somewhere, maybe on Facebook or something, that said Mississippi. It has something to do with Mississippi. The Jim Crow laws or something is back in Mississippi or something.
So those Jim Crow laws, wasn't those like those vagrancy laws and like segregation laws and pretty much laws to keep you down or keep you second class?
Keep us oppressed.
I think that I actually don't think. What you think about that? What do you think about Jim Crow laws coming back? Do you think that it's like? Do you think that? And just correct me if I'm wrong. It almost seems like it's the oppressor trying to make America great again. Put you back in that time where it was just them, and you was off, and you was separate, and they kind of didn't have to worry about you or nothing like that. Do you think that? What do y'all think about those Jim Crow laws?
I'm gonna read if I can. Can I read the
You got it.
definitions? It says the Jim Crow laws were state and local laws introduced in the southern United States in the late 19th and early 20th centuries that enforced racial segregation. Jim Crow being a pejorative term for an African American. Oh, I didn't never knew that.
Because remember, it was like it was a white dude who was dressing up in blackface. It was like something Jim Crow, something, you know what I mean? I can't remember the term or something, but the white dude was, you know, he would do these weird, funny dances and all that. Not funny as in ha-ha, but, you know, weird old dances. And if I'm not mistaken, they called him Jim Crow. And it was like something happening during that time where they called it Jim Crow laws.
So you asked for my opinion, sir. We need to be separate,
right,
from these devils. Like, it would help a whole lot if we were to be separate. But if we were to be separate with the same mindset, with the same moral compass, that would be the ideal type of separation, so that we can build up ours and love ours and focus on our people. Right, that would be the quintessential goal is for us. Right. That would give us the chance to actually get our message across to brothers and sisters, because now they would be able to see that the people they've been fighting for this whole time really didn't have your best interests at heart. So then now, you know, I feel like brothers and sisters may be a little bit more receptive to what the message or whatever. But what else I was about to say about the Jim Crow. So I got a question for you. Jim Crow. Do you think that if Jim Crow laws was brought back, do you think that those like white Republicans and black Republicans and all those people who like your Candace Owens and your black people married to white people, and do you think that they would fight America to go against those laws, segregation laws? You don't think they would fight America to? Why you think they would allow, like, the black Republicans, black, these sellouts that we see, these black people who fight for white issues, or always consistently saying that white lives matter or all lives matter, or
they just don't see color.
Yeah, we need to pull ourselves up by the bootstrap. How do you think things would go with them
if they brought Jim Crow back? I don't think, I'll take that back. I don't think they would fight, because from what I just read, it's like a police state. It heightened, like, giving them cops or the government. I'm sorry. Giving the government like an overreach of power. So it's not really Jim Crow law per se, but it's similar.
Still giving them an overreach of power, but it'll be perceived once the media says Jim Crow laws, then it's going to be perceived as Jim Crow laws. I think that would be the time where I think that it'll probably be like a us versus them issue. I think that it would. I think that them Negroes would not allow us to, because we'll be like, yes, let's go. We gonna go over here. We gonna start to do this or do that. And I think it's gonna be a lot of Negroes who try to fight to overturn, the verdict or whatever.
It's like, if I may, and on the other hand, a lot of our people with the mindset that we have now, won't go. We will buck against that. We will buck against. We will buck against an oppressor telling you you can't sit there. You got to sit somewhere else. Because with our mindset now, we these young folks ain't having that. You know what I mean? It's gonna start. It's gonna start problems. You can't sit at this counter. You can't drink from this water fountain.
Yeah, I definitely think it'll create an issue in that aspect, as far as you telling these young Negroes who don't even know really nothing about slavery, you know what I mean, or know anything about the civil rights era, that now they gotta, they can't like do what they want to do. Now you can't drink from this water fountain. You gotta have a lot of young boys knocking these, you know what I'm saying? And it definitely would create some type of war, start some type of war, right? But they don't even have to do it like so extreme as what I was just saying, because they do it subtly all the time. They do it subtly all the time, right? They always pass in little laws that will, benefit them and somehow not be in your best interest, right? And one thing that as Black people, one thing that we got to understand, right, from this book right here is that us as a people got into this conundrum or this mess, and only us together can get out of it. But I can't just get out of it by myself. You know what I mean? I do need your help. I do need the help of the sisters. We do need each other's help. And that brotherhood that the Bible prescribes will be the brotherhood that can get us out of the issue, the oppression that we living in, and set us off in a better direction. Let me get Deuteronomy 28, and I like to go back to the milk, man. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. So we gotta understand like why we in this position. First, we have to understand like why, the position that we're in, right, as Black people is spoke about in this Bible. It's spoke about in this book. It's not spoken about in any other book. It's a lot of times people try to discredit the book, but if you just actually open it up and listen to read it or whatever, you'll see that every situation is here, right? And I'll show you how we got into this situation. Deuteronomy 28 and 45. It's the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 45. Moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee, and shall pursue thee, and overtake thee, till thou be destroyed. What does that mean? If I may, you got it. It means that we don't have to be in physical chains and shackles anymore, because we're on, the oppressor has us on autopilot to do their will for the most part. And no matter what, all of the curses that, all of the things that was listed in this book is saying that it's definitely going to come upon you. Like it's no matter what you try to do, you could be living a so-called good life. Like Ezekiel, all them brothers was righteous brothers and still had to go into captivity too. So no matter what, moreover, all these curses shall come upon thee. So no matter how, pretty much you living individually, us as a whole, the curses are going to come upon and shall pursue thee. So in order for something to pursue something, somebody has to be like running or trying to evade something, right? And so no matter where you try to run, no matter where you try to hide, the curses will pursue you. And of course it says, and overtake thee. So it will come upon you and overtake you. Right. Till thou be destroyed. Read on. Because thou hearkenest not unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to keep his commandments and his statutes, which he commanded thee. Right, because we as a group decided not to listen to the Lord. Right. Right. You would like to think that is like isolated incidents, but it's not. Us as a whole, Israel as a whole sinned against the Lord, right? Yeah. And so because of our hard-headedness, it says not to listen to the voice of the Lord and to keep his commandments and his statutes which he commanded thee. Read on. Verse 46. And they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder. What is the day? The curses. Okay, and they shall be upon thee for a sign and for a wonder. What does that mean? Go ahead.
A sign and a wonder to show everyone else who the children of Israel are.
Mhm.
It's, you know.
Right. The curses will be on you for a sign.
Mm-hmm.
Right. These are the people who don't listen, who don't like to listen to the Lord. That's what you was about to say, Salakia, for taking you. But these are the people who don't like to listen. The same way Esau has that mark. You know, the same way we all in the earth can tell who Cain is. You know, we can all. Then the same. He was going to have this mark, and so everybody can recognize. But then this person, like, we wasn't supposed to exact vengeance on him. Yeah, somebody get me right. I ain't been in the Bible in a minute, man. But
that's it.
But just like he has that mark for that sign, the way Esau has that pale skin for a sign, so that we can know who the evil person is on earth. We have a sign too. You know, when you see us dealing with the things that we're dealing with. Now, it shouldn't be hard to tell from the characteristics that was displayed in the book or shown in the book that Blacks, Hispanics, and Native American Indians got to be who this is talking about. I mean, literally, word for word, every example, every curse, every example of something bad happening to you is something that I can see happening in the Black and Hispanic community. Can you drop down to 58?
Oh, God.
Mm-hmm.
It's verse 58. The book of Deuteronomy, chapter 28, verse 58. If thou wilt not observe to do all the words of this law that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, the Lord thy God.
Hold on. So it's telling us that we're supposed to fear the be fearful of the name of our God, of Yahweh. You know what I mean?
Right.
The power of Israel. And somewhere along the way, we've lost that fear. We don't have that fear no more. You know what I mean? And let me tell you something, Mataziala, we so damn backwards. We do not fear the Most High, who has the power of life and death, but we do fear the oppressor, who does not have the power of life and death. He has the perceived power. He has perceived power. He doesn't have the power of life and death. You know what I mean? Meaning, like, yeah, he can kill your body, but he can't kill your soul. You see what I'm saying? He has perceived power.
And if I may, that goes back to just the 45, because we're destroyed. We're destroyed people.
Right.
We coming from going.
Right. Well, no, it comes from going. And then then this is what makes me think, like, wow, is so we come out here to get to set this thing in order, to get this thing straight, to set everybody's brain back in order, and then Negroes will fight us over that. Right. You know, you'll fight us over us helping you to get your damn mind back right, a piece of sanity. You know what I mean? Get your mind and your life back, your spirit back, man. You know, your backbone. Shit. We come out here to help you get your backbone back, and the brothers would rather fight us. Right? This is literally crazy. And Esau figured out a way to make our people fight us. He just, you know what he did? Just make everything legal. Just make everything that goes against the Lord good and delicious. Right. And then so now you're like, what, nigga? I don't want to hear nothing that you talking about. Who get out of here with that Israelite stuff? Get out of here with that woke stuff. But then they'll be the same ones, you know, smoking a blunt, saying some weird conspiracy theory stuff, and then at the end of the statement they'll say stay woke. you know, you ever hear people say that? That's like the new term, right? The new statement I hear people say. They'll be like, yeah, nigga, you know, such and such and such and such, the third eye, something, something, something. Yeah, stay woke. Nigga, you stay woke. But anyway, 58, Salagi.
Read it again, sir.
Oh, you already, 59, Salagi.
Verse 59. Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance.
Right, and it says, so I'm gonna go up to 58 again, right? It says Deuteronomy 28:58. If thou will not observe, if thou will not observe, if thou will not observe to do all the words of this law. So, and then one thing that I'm gonna hone in on is all. Like, it didn't say you got to do some of the stuff that you feel comfortable with, because you know how Christians say, "Oh man, no one man can do all the laws." I'm just human. Yes, you can. You already trying to give yourself a goddamn out before you even try. They ain't even tried one law. They ain't even tried nothing yet, and you already saying that you can't do it, right? So it says, okay, if you don't, it says if you will not observe to do all the words that's in the law, not some of the words, like you literally have to do everything that are written in this book, that thou mayest fear this glorious and fearful name, Yahweh thy power, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful. And that's what we see. We see the plagues of Black people being wonderful with the, everything that we're plagued with, the hypertension, the diabetes. When we talk about diabetes, and when we talk about hypertension in school, all we talking about is niggas. You see what I'm saying? White people got their own diseases and stuff that affect them. But because of our disobedience with the Lord, we have some goddamn diseases that plague the two main ones: salt and sugar. Salt and sugar would take a Negro up out of here, boy, if it's too high, if it's too low. Either way, that salt and that sugar, man, that diabetes and that hypertension, man, is a killer. And it's very important, this is a sidebar. It's very important for us to start paying attention to that kind of stuff. Just because, just like the scripture said, just because something is lawful for you don't mean it's expedient. Negro, just because you eating some lawful meat don't mean you need to throw 10 pounds of seasoning salt on it. Right. I'm sidebarring right now because I'm in my nursing element, right? So this PSA is for Black people to start living better, like as far as making better decisions with food choices and stuff like that, right? Because golly. And the main one is the main food source, a big problem of our hypertension, which comes from food and because it's high in salt, is that damn pork.
Right.
Is that damn pork, man? The pork is already high in sodium. Just the meat by itself is already salty. Right, because I know I read somewhere where it was like the pig don't have sweat glands, don't sweat. What do you think? What the hell?
And also, I was looking at a video with the sister Sharara, the Ali sister, Sharara, I think.
Sharara
Ali, and she was saying that she had did a I don't know if it was an experiment or what she was doing with the pork, trying to kill the worm, and whatever she did, nothing could kill that worm in that pork.
Yeah.
And that worm is always, no matter how good you try to cook it or whatever, that worm is still there.
That worm is there in that meat, man. And I can't eat nothing like that. You know what I mean? I was brainwashed. Even when I smell it, it's weird.
Right, and that's why the Lord told us to not to
it's
eat an abomination unto us. Not to eat it.
Yeah, Nick, bro, don't eat it. And we like, man, but it's good though. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and hit it. Now you got all them worms in you. You got colon cancer. You got all this stuff that's plaguing you. And we already have issues with this kind of stuff. Why add to it? Right? It says, then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed. So now your son, and your son's son, and your daughter, and your daughter's daughter, now they got to grow up and be plagued by whatever the Lord chooses to plague them with. And it says, and of long continuance.
Long.
Yeah, that means forever to me, because that's what the other scripture said, forever. And long continuance is sore sickness and a long continuance, right? Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou was afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Right? The different diseases that we get. Now, give me 1 second. I see like an issue that we have. I was on social media, and one thing that I noticed, right, is just everybody arguing with everybody. I don't think nobody on social media cool with each other. You know what I mean? Like if you from a different city or something, it's just up with you. Like everybody finds some type of reason to beef with everybody. And then I'll look and I'll see some young brothers on there and they be like, yeah, I'm smoking on this. I'm gonna just use your name. I'm smoking on this Mataziala pack. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
A month later, you check for this dude, somebody smoking on his pack.
Right.
I'm like, yeah, hey, this is horrible right here. Like nobody feels like this is wrong. Nobody feels like this is like, it's like enough is enough. Like just even the brothers that's in the circle. But for some reason, they've been made to think that that's cool. Like that's how you prove that you a man, or that's how you prove that you are somebody, by smoking the next brother that look like you.
Right.
That's all we do. All of them, they have 20 Jones pointed at the camera like this. Ain't none of them for Esau. Ain't none of them extravagant guns that you got for Esau. Right. None of them. And absolutely not one. Because a black person can shoot up the whole block, kill 20 niggas on the block, and will not feel nothing. Will feel like a big person, right? Let's say he even get away, he gonna feel like the man. But they got something called the first 48,
right?
Where these detectives are trying to figure out who you are within the first 48 hours.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And then you know what happens when those detectives get behind you after you just murdered up the whole block with 20 Negroes? They get behind you and you just put your hands up and give up the gun that's in the car. You can have the same murder weapon that's in the car and you just put your hands up, put your hands out the window, get out the car nice and slowly, get down, they take you with no problems. Mr. Billy Badass. We have a problem where we're able to kill our own with what they say without impunity. Without impunity. But we actually do fear them. Because when that white man get behind you in that car, he's going to use his gun, and he got good aim, and he's been trained for this situation, and so therefore you don't want no wins with him. And it's just crazy how our thinking with each other and how we view them, how it's become. So give me Proverbs 3:30.
Count.
Let me check it out. Hey, shout out to everybody that's in the chat. Kadasa, Cha, so like it. Young man T. Curry. Young man Meech. Yapa Kalaya. Ratazak. In the building. Princess Itara. Tamika. Curry. Yaquatazar, my man, Yaquatazar. Terry, Jada, Laba. Galatazar, Yaquar, Shara, Yaquar. Everybody in the building, man. Just starting paint. Everybody in the building, man. All right, so if y'all want to, of course, comment. Chime in. Let's get it. Oh, this is a heavy chapter right here. All right. If I had to sum up the law, give me one word that I could sum it up with. That wasn't okay. That wasn't exactly what I was looking for. But what other word can I put in front of love that will give me the word that I'm looking for? Brother. Yeah, brotherhood. Brotherly love, or can translate into brotherhood. Right, that's what Philadelphia means. I believe that's what Philadelphia means. So the law. So I'm gonna start off with 3 verse 1.
Book of Proverbs 3 and 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 1.
Yeah, if I'm not mistaken, Proverbs talks a lot about wisdom. When you go through Proverbs, it's been a while since I've been through Proverbs, but I remember when I was going through Proverbs, it was talking about wisdom a lot, right? Proverbs, if you know, was written by Solomon, right? So it's giving you a lot of wisdom on everything. Go ahead.
Come on. It's the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 1. My son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments.
Right. So we've forgotten the law. We've forgotten the law because of religious institutions, right? It doesn't matter what religious institution that we go into, whatever it may be, it teaches us to forget about the law. Christianity being the number one institution that will tell you or teach you to not do any of that, like that, they the worst, right? They'll teach you to go against the law, not to do anything in the law. And if you are doing anything in the law, then you're breaking the law. I never understood that. I heard Creflo Dollar say that. He said Satan ain't trying to get you to break the law. He trying to get you to keep it. Negro, who believes this? You know who believes that? People with doctorates, people with bachelor's degrees, masters. You know, a lot of those people that's in this Negro in his congregation are doctors, are lawyers, are, you know, teachers, are people that, you know, hold positions in America that you would think mean something, but it don't mean nothing because they really dumb as a doorknob, dumb as hell. They can't even beat one of us. Not to say like one of us, like we like nothing or nothing, but in society, I'm a Negro who's been to jail. What they say, they call me a felon. Give me some more terms for me that America would call me. Thug. All that. Keep them coming. Because we all of that. But yet we have the right mind to be able to understand some simple words that was written down. You know, without even twisting them all up or trying to add conjecture or whatever like that. You know, we able to just simply understand it and tell you what it means when people hate it, right? It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. Read on verse 2.
Verse 2. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee.
Somebody break that down for me, man. Somebody break that down for me. You got it.
If you keep the law, you'll live.
Right. You know, so are we understanding why we don't have peace? Now we starting to understand why we have a hard time in America, why we have you know, why we die early. Hell, black people, you know, black people dying early, man. We dying early. And it's stupid stuff taking us out. like high blood pressure, like diabetes, like drug addictions, hell, abortions. Negro ain't even making it to one day old nowadays. You know what the sister had told me in class the other day, and this was last week. She told me, we was talking, forgot what the hell we was talking about, but we got on the subject of abortions because this other girl had an abortion, and we was like, damn, what? She would, what's the limit for having an abortion? Like 20 weeks, right? She was a little bit over 20 weeks. Like it was like 23 or something crazy. You know what I mean? We was like, oh, you bugging, like you tripping. You tripping, like you want to have sex. You know what happens with, like, you want to say, okay, I can't afford to have a baby. Well, then you can't afford to have sex then. You can't afford to have no pleasure from your clit. Or you can't afford to have no pleasure from your rod. Because they made this excuse that she couldn't afford the baby. Well, why are you having sex, man, if you know it comes from sex? And then raw at that. Right. That's your next excuse. Well, damn, why you ain't use a condom, sis, or something like that, so you wouldn't even like and bring the baby here and do that. Well, you know what I'm saying, because I don't like condoms, or he allergic to them, or something goofy they always saying, like just because you want raw pleasure. That's it. You just want all the pleasure in the world. You want to do whatever you want to do, but you just don't want to deal with the consequences. And that's just what the problem is. Somebody's so dumb. Somebody even in class asked about a man taking Plan B. I said, Nicky Rowe, if you do that, if you take a Plan B and think that it's just going to stop the sperm in you before it reaches her, yes. Yeah, anything just to try to beat the system. Anything to try to beat the system. But now we understand, now we can start to understand by Solomon's wisdom that the reason why we don't have length of days, the reason why we don't have a long life, or the reason why we don't have peace, and why our life is in turmoil, and why it's upside down, is because we don't follow the commandments by the precept that precedes this one. It says, my son, forget not my law, but let thine heart keep my commandments. For length of days and long life and peace shall they add to thee. Let not mercy and truth forsake thee. Bind them about thy neck, write them upon the table of thine heart, right? Instead of writing mercy and truth upon our necks, what do we write? No, it says, write them upon the table of thy heart. It says that, what scripture is that? I think that's Jeremiah, where it says, Judah wrote, I'm quoting it. Judah wrote the sin of Judah is written down with it like a diamond, like a diamond pin, or a pin with a diamond point or something. Something like that. That's the opposite of what so you could tell we was doing the opposite of what the hell we was told to do. Solomon breaking it down for us and letting us know, look, man, you're going to live long. You're going to have a good life, a good quality of life as well, if you follow the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. But instead, this is what we do. Read it.
This is the book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. Let me get it so everybody can see it at home.
Throughout too.
Jeremiah chapter 17, verse.
No, you can take your time. I ain't gonna rush you though.
Verse 1.
Man, look, we got the brother in here, and the brother is scribing everything that I say. So every scripture that I pull, the brother is taking his time to read and put it up on the screen so that the brothers and sisters in the class can follow along. Because we know that y'all don't have your Bibles open. It's just easier for you to look at the screen and read along. All right, you got it.
God. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17, verse 1.
Hey, you know they at the house cooking.
God,
They cooking, putting them kids in the bed and everything. I understand. I know what's going on. So that's why the brother is doing what he's doing, so that you can still follow along and put them kids in the bath and feed them and do everything else that you're doing. All right. Salakia, go ahead.
The sin of Judah is written with a pen of iron.
Yeah, so our sin is written with a pen of iron. Read on.
And with the point of a diamond.
Right, and with the point of a diamond, I mean, it could be written in like it's etched. It's like literally etched in our hearts. Right, sin, just doing wrong is just etched in our hearts, as it is today. Right, it's just etched in our hearts. It's so many. Like I've been in the truth. It's just going on like season number. I think this is going on year number 8. This is like my 8th Passover, 9th Passover. But I have seen an explosion of people coming into the truth, but not like you would think. Not like you would think, and that just could be me and my human brain, and I'm thinking, man, this is just great information. Everybody should be taking to this. Goddamn, you know what I mean? All you got to do is hear it once, and shit, right. You should have it. You know what I mean? How you don't get it? You feel me? But over the years, I found out that people just either don't want to get it, or the Lord just don't want you to get it. You know what I'm saying? That's just a simple look. I was talking to this sister, and I bring her up a few times, for my class, and her daughter has a Israelite husband, and this sister, she be asking me questions all the time, and she be asking me questions, and she like, damn, I mean, I love the way like you be breaking stuff down, whatever, but then it still doesn't make her stop celebrating Christmas. It doesn't make her stop celebrating holidays. It doesn't. Right after I talk to her, then all of a sudden it's like when she talks to me, the devil grabs a hold of her 10 times stronger, because she'll talk to me Monday through Friday, right? And then, the weekend when we come back in Monday, she'll be talking about how great church was. And before she was talking to me, I never really heard her talk about church or nothing like that. You know what I mean? But it seems like, just like this Mark 4, Matthew 4 says, as soon as you get that seed, the devil come in, take it away. You know what I mean? He come in, take that truth away. We go back to Proverbs 3. I still wanted to stay in this scripture right here, because that just helped out my point, the one that you read, the water. But verse 3 and 30.
Book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 30.
29.
29. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee.
All right. We're gonna go up and read this bad boy down. All right. 27.
27. The book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 27. Withhold not good from them to whom it is due.
Right. So if it says withhold not good from them to whom it is due. Read on.
When it is in the power of thine hand to do it.
Right. So if you owe somebody something, and you have to do something for somebody, or you have to pay something to somebody, or give something to somebody because it is owed to them, then give it to them. Have you ever heard of somebody like, I think Puff Daddy, people like that, they hold your money. This brother did some service for you. In your heart that he did some service for you. But because you got him to sign this funky contract, now you handle your brother a certain type of way when you're supposed to give him money. Like, I give you a prime example. Mace. Mace was owed money by Puffy, but instead of Puffy giving him what Mace was owed, Puffy still tried to play the contract card. Well, he signed this contract, right? So this brother is not getting paid what he owed. Mace spent 20 years talking about that goddamn contract and what he didn't get from Puffy, and then turns around and do it to another brother coming up in the game. Turn around and do the same goddamn thing to the 5-year foreign dude. Right. And so, I still have to do my research on that deal because I still hear two things with that deal. Mace tried to make it seem like, I structured that deal the way I structured that deal because I know that if we go into these record labels, he's going to stiff me. As soon as these record labels come with whatever money, he's going to stiff me. So I structured the deal so that when we go into this record label, I make the decisions. And so since I can make the decisions, we can get what we need. And then according to Mace, I'm giving you all of your publishing. I'm giving you all of this. I'm giving you, that's what he was saying in the interview. Was that the case? I'm not really sure because the dude Fabio Foreign said something different, right? But for an example, give a brother what he's owed. Give him what is due. Don't try to make him wait. Other times people might know that they have it, but still make you wait just to make you wait, right? Just to be an a-hole. No, if something is owed to somebody, pay it to him. Give it to him. It's due to him. Verse 28.
Verse 28. Say not unto thy neighbor, go and come again, and tomorrow I will give when thou hast it by thee.
You got that. I know I got that $20 in my pocket to pay you, Mataziala. But instead of me paying you, I got you tomorrow. Right now, I got you tomorrow, knowing I got it in my pocket. What type of piece of SHIT move is that? You know what I mean? Nick, you got my money. I didn't say, when you asked for the money and you was acting like you just was down on your luck and you needed this $20, I gave it to you. So now that you have it, don't make me wait, right? And that's for anything, not just money. I just use that as an example. Read on.
Verse 29. Devise not evil against thy neighbor, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee.
Right. Don't devise evil, not giving him his money. Devising just any type of evil. Right. Not paying him what he's due, not giving him what he's due, even coveting in whatever he has, looking at him with envy, anything. Right. Don't devise any evil against thy neighbor. Now, what does that neighbor mean? She raised up like, I know this one. You got it. You got it.
Neighbor means your brother.
Correct. Right. Devise not evil against thy brother, man, seeing he dwelleth securely by thee. Like we in the hood. I feel secure in the hood because I'm with my people.
Right.
The hood never made me afraid. Right. But now this right here will help to start to fix the issues that we have in the hood and make it a safer place. Because now I know that you dwelling next to me. Let me make this environment that we live in more comfortable for us, more secure. Now you don't have to worry about me doing anything to you. Right? You can trust that I got your best interest at heart, that I'm always going to look out for your family. I'm always going to look out for you, and vice versa. That's how it should be. Right? Read on.
Verse 30. Strive not with a man without cause.
Right. What does strive mean?
Like contend, argue, have conflict with.
Fight. You got it.
If he have done thee no harm.
Right. And that's a big problem that we have in the Black community is us fighting with each other when for nothing. Man, you could walk down the street and somebody be like, nigga, what you looking at? I remember walking down the street one time and somebody was like, "Hey man, you belong here," or "What you looking at," or something like that. I remember walking down the street one time and somebody was like, "Is that your girl or your bitch?" I would remember, just like little stuff. You know what I mean? It's almost crazy because we sit there and we have no power against anybody that rules our neighborhoods. And because we don't have no power with those people, all that bought up anger, we channel it to somebody who we feel like we can beat or somebody that we feel like we can take. And that's usually the people that look like us. Right? All that bottled up energy, all that bottled up anger that you have for that Chinese man, because what's going on, Hebrew? That's a little Christ. All that bottled up energy you have for everybody that rules our neighborhoods. What's going on, Hebrew? I see you, man. We don't have no wins with them, so then we channel it and then we start to argue and fight with each other. What's going on, Hebrew? What's going on, sis? How you doing? All right, ain't seen you in a while. How's everything been going? Everything's good. You and what's up with the nursing?
Oh, I start back in June.
You start in June?
Yeah.
Okay, where you going?
Lansdale School.
What?
It's in Lansdale.
Oh, Pennsylvania. Okay. Up in Pennsylvania. That's good. You back in there. So you're gonna get a new set of books. So any of the books that you already have,
I still got the ones.
I'll be willing to take them.
Okay, they're so fresh. I haven't even cracked them.
I'll be willing to take them. I'll just add to my library. If you see to the right, I'm building up my my medical library.
I'll bring them.
The water, I appreciate that. Give me Exodus 2 and 13. I'm gonna give you an example of how life under oppression is. It's no different. It's no different like what we see today than what we seen yesterday. But the point is, we're supposed to open up this Bible and read where brothers made mistakes and learn from those mistakes. So give me Exodus 2 and what did I just say, 13?
13.
Hold on, let me see if I got Exodus in here. One of these Bibles. We'll start. You can start with chapter 2, verse 1. We'll read down. You know what I mean? Skipping around. Let's get some. That's right. Your pod color, y'all said your brother or sister. That's right. That's what neighbor means. Your brother or your sister.
Damn right. It's the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 1. And there went a man of the house of Levi, and took to wife a daughter of Levi. And the woman conceived and bare a son.
Right. So you got this brother from the house of Levi. He took a wife from the house of Levi. Came together, conceived, had a son. Go ahead.
And when she saw him that he was a goodly child, she hid him 3 months.
Right. Now, why is she hiding? Why is she hiding Moses? We know that this child is Moses. Why is she hiding Moses? You look like you good. Why is she hiding Moses? Take a stab at it. Just guess.
Back then, wasn't they killing the firstborn of every
male?
Yeah.
Right, because Pharaoh made the decree to kill the firstborn of every male. Now, why did he want to kill the firstborn of every male, or just males, period?
Was that during the time of the Passover? No. They was in Egypt.
Definitely in Egypt. We're in Exodus, the beginning of Exodus. But why would he do that? Why would he say, you know what? Okay, they're hiding their kid because we established that Pharaoh said, you know, we're going to kill the firstborn. We're going to kill the males out of the Hebrews. Why would he say that? Why would he want, you know, the men to die?
Because that's the end of the lineage.
Right. So they can create a great nation of themselves, right? Because the woman, she holds the seed of the man. So no matter what, you can have a bunch of Israelite women, you're still going to have African husband, you're still going to have African kids.
Right.
And that's why you got it.
No, I was just going to expound further. Like, this was the time when the new Pharaoh came up that didn't know Joseph, and
see, I ain't gonna say it glizzy because you know I'm in the truth. I'm in see, I'm in the truth. I ain't even gonna say it good. No, I'm fucking with you.
But
that's horrible. You can't even eat a hot dog nowadays,
right,
man.
so,
That is horrible. I ain't mean to cut you off, brother.
It's wild, sir, but I can't stand them.
Me too, man. Because I'm gonna eat me a damn hot dog, and I don't care what you say.
Right, exactly. And they want to police your words, like everything you got to.
And leave me alone.
Think about it.
Yeah, leave me alone. For that be one of those moments where I, you know, check it.
But this was during the time when there was a new Pharaoh that came about that didn't know Joseph, and the children of Israel were multiplying, and he was afraid that because we were multiplying so much and we were getting so large as a nation that he was afraid that if a war fell out, that we would go and get themselves up out the land,
right?
And he wouldn't be able to
control us
as servants anymore.
Right. He like either they getting too big. Now either they're going to be able to overtake us or they're going to be able to get with one of our enemies and help them overtake us.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So correct.
Continue reading.
Yes.
Verse 3. And when she could not longer hold Salaki, and when she could not longer hide him, she took for him an ark of bulrushes and daubed it with slime and with pitch, and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the river's brink.
Right. And so when it says, and she took for him an ark of bulrushes, is like some type of like a plant. Like, you know, she made a basket out of this plant. Like, you know how you ever see somebody make I know when I was in Daytona, they used to make these roses out of like this part of the was that an aloe plant? No, that wasn't an aloe plant. It was this plant, but they could fold it and make like could make it like a rose. Now I'm good. That's what she did. She didn't make a rose, of course, but she made this basket out of plants. And she daubed it with slime and with pitch and put the child therein. And she laid it in the flags by the riverbanks, which would be like reeds, or like, you know, she set it in by the reeds, or like, you know, them water plants, them things that grow out the water, right? Read on.
Verse 4. And his sister stood afar off, to wit what would be done to him.
Right. So we understand that he has a sister. Go ahead.
Verse 5. Book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 5. And the daughter of Pharaoh came down to wash herself at the river, and her maidens walked along by the river's side. And when she saw the ark among the flags, she sent her maid to fetch it.
Right. So now we have Pharaoh's daughter coming into play, right? So she's coming down to wash herself at the river, and she has her servants with her. And so she's walking along the river's side when she sees this ark that Noah's mom, I said, the ark that Noah's mom, the basket that,
sister.
Moses, I said Moses. This basket that Moses' mother made, the Pharaoh's daughter sees it, right? Read on.
Verse 6. And when she had opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the babe wept. And she had compassion on him, and said, This is one of the Hebrews' children.
Now, somebody riddle me this. How would she know that that was a Hebrew in that basket? Huh? You could look, them Africans that's in my class, right?
Right.
Matazi Allah. It doesn't matter how dark or how light. We have some dark ones in there.
Right.
Your complexion, dark. Light, like, who's the lightest person? Her complexion.
Right.
They do not look like us. Not for 1 minute do they look like us. You can go in that room. It could be a sea of black faces because, you know, the nursing school that I go to is mainly black. It's mainly black people. You know, it's all black people going into these LPN programs. Sea of black faces. You can spot the Africans like that. They do not have the same look as us. Right. It's weird, man. They look. One of them try to go and get the same haircuts we get and all that. No, he got the little, what is that, like a fade or still don't look the same, huh? Right? They just don't look the same. They look, so she knows when she looks at this baby that this baby is a black baby, but this is not an Egyptian. You understand? She was able to say that this is a Hebrew off top. She knew it off top. Read on.
Verse 7. Then said his sister to Pharaoh's daughter, shall I go and call to thee a nurse of the Hebrew women, that she may nurse the child for thee?
Mm-hmm. So somebody's like, hey, should I just go call one of these, Hebrew women so they can, nurse the child? Go ahead.
Verse 8. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother.
Right. So the maid went and was able to go get Moses' mom. Right? Go ahead.
It's like it was actually Moses' sister that
Moses' sister was the Pharaoh's maiden.
It was verse 7. It said, then said his sister,
mm-hmm.
which is that's the child's
sister,
right?
That's the child's sister, right?
So to Pharaoh's mother.
Mm-hmm. So
to Pharaoh's
she knows,
daughter.
Right? She knows. Because hold on, when we was reading, wasn't the sister? Hold on, wasn't the sister standing off?
Sir.
Right. Verse 4 says, and his sister stood afar off to wit what would be done to him.
Right.
So his sister actually seen what was going on. Moses' sister, right? Because that's And so Moses' sister happened to be one of the maidens, right, of Pharaoh's daughter. So when she walks up and sees this child, Moses' sister like, yeah, so do you want me? She was quick with it. Hey, you want me to go get, one of the maidens to go ahead and nurse him? Salagit. Verse 9. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child no, did we make it to verse 9 yet?
Allah, sir.
Okay, Salagit.
Yes. Actually, yes.
Could you read 8 again and then roll on through the 9?
Sir.
The water.
Book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 8. And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, go. And the maid went and called the child's mother.
Right. So she just went and got her own mother, right?
Right.
Go ahead.
Verse 9. And Pharaoh's daughter said unto her, take this child away and nurse it for me, and I will give thee thy wages. And the woman took the child and nursed it.
Right. So she was able to nurse her own child. Right. She took the child and she put the child in the river, but then it came back full circle to where she was able to nurse her own child. Right.
And get paid for it.
Come on, man. That's just like how them services is now. You know how like you could take care of somebody in your family and get paid for it. Right. I'm trying to do that for my mom. My mom be needing a lot of stuff. Mom, I need to get paid. Golly. It's time to start getting paid up in here. Verse 10.
Verse 10. And the child grew, and she brought him unto Pharaoh's daughter,
mm-hmm.
and he became her son.
Right, and the child grew. And so, the she is the mother, brought him into Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her son. Right. So this is how Moses was able to live. Right. He was able to be raised up in the house of Pharaoh, in the ways of Egypt, right? In the ways of Egypt, in the culture, political system, tradition, just general knowledge like math, everything like that. But one thing that he did know this whole time, what did he know this whole time? He knew he was a fucking Salakia for my language. He knew he was an Israelite.
Damn right.
Right? This whole time he knew he was an Israelite. We'll go to show you that he knew he was an Israelite. Read on.
Khan. And she called his name Moses. And she said, because I drew him out of the water.
Because I drew him out of the water. Read on.
Verse 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting an Hebrew, one of his brethren.
All right, so I said, and it came to pass in those days, right? It came to pass in those days when Moses was grown. So now Moses is not, so we was just reading about Moses being a baby. Right. And so, a baby bed that needed to be nursed. And so now he's grown. He's a grown man. It picks up in verse 11 where he's a grown man. And he was grown, that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spied an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew, one of his brethren. How does he know that these are his brethren?
Because he was raised by his mother.
Right. He was raised by his mother, and he was taught who he was. He was taught who he was, and so like he got the glizzy. Nah, I'm fucking. Like I do got it. Quick clack. You got 13 in it. I'm on Exodus 2 and 11.
That's right. You want me to read it, sir?
Yeah, if you could. Shalom to everybody that's in the chat. Y'all could be anywhere, man, but you rocking out with me.
In the book of Exodus, chapter 2, verse 11. And it came to pass in those days when Moses was grown that he went out unto his brethren and looked on their burdens. And he spited an Egyptian smiting in Hebrew on his brethren.
Right. So Moses, he's grown now, right? And he goes out and he sees the burdens of his brethren. That also tells you that the life that Moses was living wasn't as bad as the life that the Israelites were living. You see what I'm saying? 9 times out of 10, he probably had freedoms that they weren't awarded. So when he came out one day, he comes out, he a grown man. Now he come out and now I see you out there picking cotton. I see Knock picking cotton. But not only do I see y'all picking Salakia, but not only do I see y'all picking cotton, I see somebody come up and hit you like, you know what I'm saying? He take the whip and crack. Or whatever he used to smite him with. So I come out and I see, not only do I see you working hard, you know what I mean? You being oppressed. I see one of these pieces of garbage hit you. Read on.
Verse 12. And he looked his way and that way. And when he saw that there was no man, he slew the Egyptian. and hid him in the sand.
Right. It says, so I come out, right? I'm just playing the exam, I'm just playing Moses. So I come out, I see you picking cotton. I see the sister. I see, everybody doing, what I mean, working hard, making the mud bricks, man. You know how super hard that was, you know what I mean? Because remember the Pharaoh said, let them get their own damn straw. Let them get their own straw. Let them get their own mud to make these bricks, right? He wanted to oppress them further. So Moses, he came out and he sees this. So I see you, Yashima, I see you making these bricks, right? And you know what I'm saying? Goddamn, you got blisters on your hands and, you moving slow. It's crazy work. But then I see this damn Egyptian hit you on your back because you ain't moving fast enough. Maybe you're tired, maybe whatever have you. But he's placing a burden on you, right? So then now what I do is I look this way. I'm like, man, look, he ain't gonna touch my mans like that, right? So I look this way. You remember how Freeway used to, what movie was that? He used to walk down the street like, Paper Soldiers. Y'all remember that, Paper Soldiers? Yeah. So I look this way, I look that way, and I come and get him. And I come and grab this goddamn Egyptian and do what I have to do with him and bury him. Right? Put him in the dirt. Bury him in the sand. Read on. I think we're on 13.
Verse 13. And when he went out the second day.
So then that happened on the first day, right? So now this is the second day. Read on.
Behold, 2 men of the Hebrews strove together.
Now, goddamn, the first, and this is oppression for you. This is oppression for you. Okay, so he goes out the first day and he sees the brothers making the mud bricks. He sees the brothers, with this crazy burden, working, and then he sees the Egyptian oppressing them. So he kills the Egyptian and he comes out there the second day, right, to see what's going on with his peoples. And if somebody, Yashamai, grab Acts 7:23 for me, just hold that down for me. So now I come out the second day, but it ain't the oppressor that I see you having a problem with. I come out the second day and now you got a problem with this brother right here. You know what I'm saying? You know how that get, man. We both under these harsh, stressful conditions. And sometimes it can make us turn on each other. So, and this is a prime example of that happening, right? Brothers being oppressed. And so you don't have no wins with the oppressor. I channel my anger and I turn my anger towards you. So he comes out the next day and he sees Matazi Ya'ala and Yashamai fighting with each other, right? Arguing with each other, right? Read on.
And he said to him that did the wrong, wherefore smitest thou thy fellow?
Like, Matazi Ya'ala, what you doing, man? How you gonna bust him upside his head like that? You can't do that. Why did you do that? Why did you just hit Yashamai like that? Read on.
Verse 14, and he said, who made thee a prince and a judge over us?
Nah, here you go, man. You ain't my daddy. You know what I mean? Who you? Who made you prince and judge over us? You ain't my dad. Who made you my dad? Who made you, you know what I mean? Who gave you the authority to come and say something to me?
Right.
Read on. You got it. Right. Who died and left you in charge? That's all the stuff we say today.
Right.
Come. When we want to challenge authority, all the stuff. Who died and made you in charge? Who gave you the authority? Died and made you in charge. You ain't my dad. You whatever. Read on.
Come. Intendest thou to kill me as thou killest the Egyptian?
Right, and then he tried to throw a little jab like so you gonna try to kill me like you did that Egyptian? That's what you gonna do, nigga? Go ahead then. You know what I mean? Like, where is this coming from? This is coming from a place of oppression.
Right.
And the atmosphere of being oppressed for so long can create a lack of brotherhood.
Right.
Because You have so much pent up anger. You have so much stress, but you don't have no way to release this. You damn sure ain't gonna tell the oppressor where he could shove it, or where he could stick his lips, or where he could, you know what I'm saying? You're not gonna say nothing to him. So where do I feel like I can, beat my chest? I feel like I could beat my chest with you. Because you down here with me. You see what I'm saying? Read on.
And Moses feared and said, surely this thing is known.
And I read this to read, like, a lot of the conditions that we live in is or a lot of the decisions that we make, and a lot of the fighting that we see amongst each other is due to oppression. Why? We're reading a story that damn near mimics our life in America right now. You see what I'm saying? Where we out here fighting each other instead of formulating a game plan to fight back against the damn oppressor. Right. We literally, all we have to do is just say one word, or not just one word, one phrase. You know what? Let's just obey the voice of the Lord. One phrase. That's all we got to do, and fix the whole black community. Let me get that scripture that you was holding, Yashamai. Let's see how old Moses was when he came out. So I'm just trying to get you in the mind frame of how long this oppression was going on. Acts 7:23.
In the book of Acts, chapter 7, verse 23.
Mm-hmm.
And when he was full 40 years old, it came into his heart to visit his brethren and children of Israel.
Right. This is the precept to that. This is it. And Moses was 40 years old. Moses was my age. Moses was my age when he went out there to go check on his brothers, man. That's a long time from, being 3 months old versus, 40 when he came out and checked on them. So I just wanted to give you that, maybe you knew it or maybe you didn't know it. But when Moses came out to check on his brother, and he was 40 years old, man. He was 40 when all this was going on. Was there any more on that?
Sir.
Okay, you can drop that.
Wait. Verse 24,
if
I may. And seeing one of them suffering wrong.
Right, he seen one of the brothers suffering. Go ahead.
He defended him.
He did what?
Defended him.
He defended that, and that's the point of brotherhood. Me defending you, right? You may not be in your truth where, right? You got the skills that I got, or you got the know-how that I got, but because I have certain skills, it's my job to defend, the brothers who need defending, right? And it's your brother's job too, right? It ain't just me. I ain't the only one that's supposed to defend brothers and sisters when they need defending. It's y'all too. It don't matter what the hell your rank is, from 50 to 5, from captain, generals, whatever. Our purpose is to defend our brothers and sisters. That's the purpose, to defend our brothers and sisters and to usher in a new level of brotherhood that is unprecedented, that a new level of brotherhood that the black community haven't seen yet, right? Read on.
And avenge him that was oppressed and smote the Egyptian.
Read that part one more time.
And avenged him that was oppressed and smite the Egyptian.
Right, and he avenged them and he smote the Egyptian, right? He killed the Egyptian. Any more on that? So it's just basically giving you the same story that we just read. It just gave you a little details. Right, it just gave you the age of Moses, right, and it reiterated what happened in Exodus, the 2nd chapter. So, did they make lynching illegal, or is it still legal? Yeah. That lynching crime they made it illegal. I'm like, damn, why we still got a bill to see if lynching is legal or illegal? God dang. So is that recent? What's that? That's what it was. That's what we was talking about earlier.
Come, sir.
And so the lynching that
I'm
bill.
not sure about it, but that's what we was talking about.
The lynching is something different. The lynching bill. Oh, I want them to have it. Somebody was asking. Was that something in here? Somebody was asking about. Will Trump run again? Damn it! I hope he do. That is something that the black community, missed the first go round. For some reason, we didn't necessarily miss it because black people started kind of understanding and waking up. I just think that I wish that he would have did like 12 or 20 years. I wish he would have did a 20-year presidency. You see what I'm saying? Because I think that the time that he was in there, it was enough to like get the ball rolling with some of us, but maybe not long enough to keep our eyes open. Let me get the brother. I got you, sis. 1 second.
So, like, I was just gonna say that when he was president, like the undercover racists came out the woodwork.
Yeah, I think that was good.
They was allowed to openly express their racism.
I think that was good.
Right.
I think that was good because that sector of America is our teachers. That sector of America is, that people that our kids have to go out and deal with on an everyday basis. And at least we got a chance to see, their true colors. You know what I'm saying? Not for nothing. You got it, sis.
I just wanted to say that the lynching bill was passed last March.
So it's passed last March. So it's been about a year.
It's called the Emmett Till Anti-Lynching Act.
Oh, they threw Emmett Till name in there, huh?
Yeah, and it makes so if somebody, I guess, get caught lynching, they get up to 30 years in prison for it.
Let me ask y'all a question. So if you get caught lynching, you get up to 30 years. When the hell they ever caught somebody? Man, they put that body up in the middle of the damn night, and then by the morning, it's just a nigga just sitting there. Just a nigga just sitting there. Ain't nobody Salaki for my language. Ain't nobody sitting there like, yeah, I did it. So yeah, you can put it on the books that this is you could possibly get 30 damn years for doing it. Who is it going to stop? It's not going to stop anybody. Can somebody Google when the last lynching happened? I wanted to see if it was one that happened since then. In Dover? Get out of here.
Oh yeah.
What recently? No, I want to see if there was one after when she just named that. Damn, that's horrible. Brothers and sisters still getting lynched, man. God, that got to be a horrible feeling, man. That got to be a horrible feeling. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to try to pee myself. I'm going to try to pee all on Esau's head. Damn, forget that. I'm going to try to get my last little son. Pee on your damn head. Something. I mean, I'm just saying, if it ever was like, okay, they got me. Somehow, I don't know how, but they got me. And I'm getting strung up. I'm going to pee. I'm going to spit, pee. I'm going to bring it from. Used to. No, I know that. No, I'm just saying, if it ever came to. Right? I'm going to get this, brother.
I was going to say, sir, lynching happen every time police kill us. They're lynching us.
Great way to bring that home. But y'all know what I was talking about, though. The actual.
On Google, it says 1981. The last recorded lynching in the United States was.
No, that can't be.
1981.
No, that can't be. That can't be. That might be recorded for Esau doing it like as a hanging squad or something, but that can't be the last recorded.
Here it says October of last year, and the group of white men stood around and burned the body.
Damn. Joshua, if I could, I'm gonna show y'all something about lynching real quick. I know I'm going off, but I'm gonna show y'all. Can I get this red book right here? It's the third book from the right here. The third book from the right. Yes. Dawada. About lynching. I'm gonna show y'all something about lynching. It's been a while since us. So, Mataziala, this is to your point. This to your point. I was speaking about literally lynching, but to your point, I got you. Because that definitely is true what you're saying. Any killing is a lynching, right? And I'm gonna go ahead and read this. This is called this is a book written by Gunnar Murdoch. It's called The American Dilemma. Written in maybe like the 30s or the 40s, right? And he was commissioned to write about Black people's plight in America. And he's a Swedish eugenicist. So it says, it is often said that the decrease of lynching is only nominal, or nominal meaning very small. So it is often said that the decrease of lynching is only small, or partly so. So it hasn't decreased, right? What he's saying is at this time that he's writing this, that the decrease of lynching is very small. It didn't really stop, right? There are several substitutes for lynching. Substitutes for lynching, right? One substitute for lynching is the killing of Negro criminals by police officers.
That's the first one. That's the first one.
That's the first one that they named. The first one that they named. But this piece of garbage still says Negro criminals, right? As if anytime a cop encounters us, it's somebody good dealing with a criminal or something like that. Right. No, that's not the case. So, he is the devil that the Bible speaks of. But, just for the sake of his words of what he wrote at this time, he said there are several substitutes for lynching. One is the killing of criminals by the police officer. Similar to this is the precipitate and predetermined trial given to an accused Negro when there is danger that he will be lynched. Another substitute is quiet murder without the formation of a mob. A third substitute is legal lynchings. But the first one was just simply for the police to kill you. How has that worked? That has worked greatly over the years. Police have been murdering Black people for a long time. And guess what? It's almost like somebody read this damn book and said, yeah, well, a substitute for lynching would be this. And so then all of them just said, well, that's how we're going to do it then. That's how we're going to lynch him. We're just going to shoot him and just say he ran. Just say he grabbed this. He reached for something. And when he turned around, I thought it was a gun. Turned out to be a cell phone. Fear for my life. How many times have that worked? I feared for my life. God damn. So if you that scared, you shouldn't be a police. If you're that scared. If somebody's running away from you and you shoot because you fear for your life, then you shouldn't be a police officer. At least that's what you're telling us. But no, they're murdering you because they know they can. Right. They probably sit back and wait. They probably tell each other, man, I can't wait to experience that feeling of shooting one of these. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't wait for the day that I get my chance to do it and be able to get off. Because it got to be the perfect time. You know what I mean? You just can't shoot bombs. You know what I mean? Because there is a chance that you could go to jail for a murder. Right. There is a chance that a white judge will find your white behind guilty in some cases. So, of course, they wait for that chance, man. And they probably just sit back and be like, oh, here's a chance. Bow. Bow, 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 bow. One wasn't enough. Right. Why you shoot him so many goddamn times? I was nervous. Fear for my life. Damn, 7 in the back? Or how many in the clip? Y'all in the gun club, man. y'all know about guns. Knock, how many in there? 16? 20? 12 to 15. 12 to 15 in your back, man. Oh, wait. You got it.
The last alleged hanging was Dante Perez Jones, a black Army veteran, father of 3, was found hanging in Pennsylvania a Pennsylvania park, and his death was ruled a suicide. However, family and friends suspect he was murdered. Since the facts and evidence do not add up with the ruling. This was June 23rd, 2022.
Damn, right after that. You know what's crazy? They always try to rule something some damn suicide. Ain't nobody hanging themselves. Nobody gonna hang yourself. Now, how the hell you get up so high? Yeah, what they say? What they say? They said I don't remember what they said. Like he wrote himself up, like it was suicide, like he wrote his damn self up in the mat. Yeah, okay. Yeah, he wrote it. So that was horrible too. It was a young kid too. It was about high school, right? Yeah, that was sad. Now that's one of them things that as a parent would be very hard to deal with. You're gonna have to need brotherhood, you're gonna have to need the Lord, you're gonna have to need Christ, you're gonna need everything to keep you from tearing the earth up. You know what I'm saying? I know I would. I would probably say, General Muhammad, can I stay with you for a month? I just come up there, you know what I mean, stay or something, because if not. Where we at? Was we holding anything?
Lies.
We good? Oh, so that was the Gunner Murdaugh. We good on that. I'm gonna get one more scripture, then we getting up out of here. All right, I'm gonna get 2 scriptures. So give me John 10 and 11. And somebody give me Proverbs 14 and 21. And then we'll end it with that. All right, if you haven't made your plans for the Passover, make sure you get your plans solidified. We don't have that much time. I mean, less than 2 weeks, 3 weeks. What is it? Less than a month, 3 weeks to the Passover. I know brothers are still needing garments. Brothers still need boots. Brothers still need everything. Trust me, I know from Passovers before. We'll walk up in there doing our beads and stuff, in the garment. Or we'll be clamping stuff to the garment in the car going to the Passover. So, right, just already done. You can just go in there and look, spin your bread, the water. Yeah. Good. You love it. Yeah. So that you said that's what you did last year. Smart man. You gotta do what you gotta do. So if that's what your plan is, then plan for that. Also, whatever your living situation is going to be, make sure you have that room by now. Whether it be an Airbnb, whether it be a hotel. I believe we still have rooms. You may be able to still get a room, may not be able to still get a room. And we have the shuttle service. So this year, the school is providing a shuttle service to and from each event, right? We have plenty of events that's going to be going on throughout the week. And it's encouraged that brothers and sisters and their families take the shuttle to and from the events because it's going to be packed that weekend. J. Cole, I always say Kendrick Lamar, but J. Cole is going to be there. Is planning on being a lot of people there. So, we want to be safe and make sure that the city being congested doesn't mess with our events and what the hell we got going on. Right. The events start at 9, 7, whatever it start at, but everybody's stuck in traffic because it's damn gridlock downtown. The shuttle would be a good way for us to get to and from the events.
Come on.
You wanted to add something, or was you about to just read? Okay, you got it.
Book of John, chapter 10, verse 11.
Mm-hmm.
I am the good shepherd.
Who?
I am the good shepherd.
Right. This is, hold on 1 second. Proverbs. There we go. John 10 and 11. Okay, good. John 10 and 11. Let me get there. All right, so this is written in red, so of course we know and we understand that this is Christ speaking these words, right? And he's saying that I am the good shepherd. Y'all brothers sitting in this class right here, right, have to understand that you are a shepherd as well. Right? And you are a shepherd, and your job is to bring in the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Your mission is this. Your mission ain't no different than what he told. What was that? 15 and 24, when he told the disciples, "Go, but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel." That's what your mission is too. Your mission ain't to go bring no damn Edomites in here and no nothing else that we see like some of the other people doing. Our mission ain't that. Our mission is to keep the truth pure, without being watered down, and straight up. Hardcore, staunch is the way you got it, the way you give it to the next brother, you know, the young brother coming up in here, you know what I mean? If it's too much for him, then so be it. If it's too much for him, if it's too much for him to take in to get this truth the way you got the truth. Because we didn't hold no punches with you. We didn't sugarcoat nothing for you. We told you straight up what was told to us or taught to us. So that's the way y'all do it. And then that way you could be a good shepherd, right? You could be a good shepherd, not a shepherd that's leading people astray, or because all you're going to do is, if you don't give people the truth, if you don't give it to them hardcore, right? Then what's going to happen? What's going to happen is, in this truth, something is going to offend him and make him leave. You know, he's going to grow the spirit of bitch assness. And I'm not going to say Salakia for my language, because that's what I want to convey. The spirit of bitch assness is contagious, and that's not a spirit that's allowed to proliferate in the school.
Man, right.
That spirit, you see a brother acting like a bitch. Look, man, check that, right? Why? So that you can be a good shepherd, so that we can, you know, follow the footsteps of a great leader that came before us. So Christ is saying, "I am the good shepherd." Read on.
The good shepherd giveth his life for the sheep.
Ain't that what y'all do every Saturday? Every Saturday. I'm not able to go out there on Saturdays. I'm working. Esau got me trapped up. I got to come in here and I teach my classes, right? I come in here during the week because Esau can't get all my damn time. He can't get all of me. God damn. You know what I'm saying? I save some of me for the Lord, right? So I make sure I'm in here during the week. But on the weekend, it's y'all brothers. It's y'all brothers that's out there. You see what I'm saying? And what are y'all doing? Y'all doing exactly what this scripture is saying. Y'all out there laying down your life for the sheep, because the things that you're saying out there is not popular. You know, it's definitely not popular, and it can get you stabbed. It can get you shot. It can get you killed. Right? Who was? I don't know if you can hear me. He got stabbed by a Muslim, right? He got stabbed by a Muslim at camp in Newark, New Jersey, because he was trying to bring in the sheep, right? And he was a good shepherd because he laid down his life.
I don't think they heard who you said did that.
Oh, it was Abu Bivens. Abu Bivens. All right, Abu Bivens. He was stabbed by a Muslim in Newark. You said Newark, New Jersey? In Newark, New Jersey, at camp, trying to bring the brothers in, trying to tell them how great they are, trying to tell them that we need to have brotherhood and that we need to start loving each other. And what a brother do? The opposite.
It's like, if I may, that same mosque in Newark, New Jersey, was responsible for the assassination of Malcolm X.
Mm-hmm. Oh Lord. That religion right there is a horrible religion. That religion is the religion of criminals. It's the religion of anger. It doesn't have any brotherhood. I'll give you an example. One of the surahs tell you to fight the people, even if the people from the book. If they don't believe what you believe, fight them, even if they are the people from the book. Who are the people from the book? We are. So if I'm a Negro following after that doctrine, it's telling me to fight my own damn brothers. And these stupid, simple Negroes can't figure that out. Why can't they figure that out? Because they don't even know what's in there. Just like Christians don't know what the hell is in this book. If one of y'all ever get into it with a Muslim, right? Everything that you need is right here. Everything that all your cuts is right here. And I guarantee everything that believe me when I tell you everything that you need is in the book. I did it so you don't have to. I spent hours. Yeah, man, look, you could just take a picture of it. That's what I'm gonna do. You could just take a picture of it. There's something else in here somewhere too. It's like a red folder. It's a red folder in here with a bunch of Islam. You could just take a picture of the front and back. And it got the surahs. It got, not only do it has the surahs, but it also has them damn hadiths. Because you can't say you're a Muslim and you follow Muhammad without reading hadiths. Now, when you bring one that says, Muhammad was pedophile, then they'll say, oh man, those hadiths, that ain't got nothing to do with the Quran. Well, how else do you know to pray 6 times a day or however they pray? How do you know how to do that kind of stuff? That stuff comes out the hadiths. It don't come from here. You know what I'm saying? None of that stuff that they do comes from here. It comes from the hadiths. So if you want to, if the only way that you can live like Muhammad is to read that, because this has a bunch of stuff about Israelites. I'm reading this book. I'm like, God damn, is this a book about Islam or Israelites? Or, is this about Arabs or is this about Israelites, black people? Whole book about black people, man. But I'll never pray. I'll leave this right here. I'll never pray to a God that prays to a God. Ooh, that's a bar. That's a cannon. Ain't that what they play on the mixtapes? Right. Yeah. Man, whoo. I was so engrossed in it, man. You know what I mean? I was so engrossed in it. I was just like, and then when I knew I had it, when I finally had it, I was like, I'm done. I don't even need to focus on that no more. You could take that book and go in any clubhouse and ask. And matter of fact, just start with the Allah praise. Just start with Allah praise. Simple as that. Got the actual phrase, and you know how we transliterate something, so we know how to say Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayo, Kodash, Hayah. Yeah, it's already translated, so you can say, well, what does this mean? And read the phrase in Arabic, and then he has to tell you what it means. All right, what else was we holding?
In the book of Proverbs, chapter 14, verse 21.
Mm-hmm.
He that despises his neighbor, sinneth. But he that has mercy on the poor, happy is he.
What? So break that down for me.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So if you got a brother next to you and you can't stand your brother, you basically sinning, because the first thing is, and being Israel, is love your brother.
Right. How the hell do we get to that point where I despise you?
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
If I get to the point where I despise you, it's because I'm a bitch.
Right.
Because something that you did, I didn't come and tell you. And so now it's lingering. Right. And now this spirit is lingering, it's festering. And now I'm to the point where I despise you. That's crazy.
Right. So like you said, it's like if you have an issue with me, and I don't know that we have an issue,
right?
That's your issue.
Right. That's how do you even know that there was a problem? Right. And then without me coming to you, I could be the one that was in the wrong the whole damn time.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Or what I perceived that, you did to me, you could explain that and clarify that, like, nah, what the hell are you talking about? Nah, that was such and such and such and such. I said that to mean this, or I said that to whatever. And then now I'm like, oh shit, I'm tripping. Salah. But instead, I let myself get to the point where I despise you.
Right.
And if I do that, then I'm what? Sinning. Right? I'm sinning. This class is all about brotherhood. This school is all about brotherhood. The school has perfected a level of brotherhood that can't be, matched with these other groups. Right. And all you have to do, that's why we in here, we teach it every Tuesday. We teach it every Tuesday. Not to say that you're never going to have a problem with a brother, but at least if you do, you know the correct and proper way to fix it. Right. What was the second part to that?
The second part is that, but he that has mercy on the poor, happy is he.
Right, because that's who we are. Right. We at the bottom. Right. And if you have mercy on the poor, then happy. What did it say? Happy
is he.
Right. Happier you, right?
Somebody can show that Quran thing.
Oh, somebody want to see the John?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
They want
God, man, look, you can try to snapshot it. You think I'm playing? Hold on. You think I'm playing? No, man, look, that's real. Look, fight them. Let's slay them where you catch them. Give life to earn pleasure with Allah. Slay the prophets. Die in the way of Allah. People of the book are going to hell. Ooh, wait. Y'all do know that in Islam, they believe that and that's in here too, if you, when it comes time for you to die, you can go ahead. When it comes time for you to die, oh, you got that's good screenshots right there. Yeah.
See that?
Uh-huh.
At the bottom where your thumb is, though.
And if you need help, like, okay, you see how I try to break it down, like Allah prays. Those are all your scriptures. That's everything that you need to prove that. So if your God prays, how is your God praying? Your God should not pray to something else. Your God should not pray for Muhammad. It said in the Quran, it says, Allah and the angels pray for Muhammad. How can Allah and the angels pray for Muhammad? How can your God pray for something that he created? And if he's praying, who hears it? Who hears Allah's prayer? That seems to be a question that Arabs cannot get around. Not these simple NOI. What is it called? That's Nation of Islam, Fruits of Islam. These goofies, they'll try to rationalize something, but if an Arab can't answer it, what makes you think a Negro can answer it? When they created the religion, they created the book and the religion. And so these are, like I said, man, Islam is dead. Christianity is dead. Now with these institutions dying, we have to have brotherhood. We have to have more brotherhood, right? Because we're going to have to start accepting these brothers that's coming from Christianity with them weird ass doctrines. We're going to have to start to accept these brothers that's coming out this damn mosque. And they're going to come in here and they're going to debate with you all damn day long. You just got to prepare for it, right? And with that being said, I pass the class over to Precinct Officer Mataji Yala. Right. I be coming up here, man. I be like, man, look, I ain't got time for that. I ain't got time today. The water too.
Oh, yeah. All right. ISUPK security announcements. Rules for new brothers and sisters. For new brother and sister come to the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to learn and shed themselves of the world. They need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, they are to seek counsel from the heads. Tithes, which is a commandment. Numbers 18:21, Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in Hebrew, Ma'ashara. That's 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Priest funds, free or offer for the priest. It's not mandatory. It's whatever amount you like to donate or whatever kind of bottle and size bottle you like to donate. All right? We accept it all. Upcoming holy convocations. Adawan just talked about the Passover.
The Passover.
It prepared you all for the shuttle services.
Mm-hmm.
He prepared you all for the concert, so it's going to be congestion. And also, the Feast of Unleavened Bread, which is the following day. So if you're going to the Passover, make sure you prepare your house accordingly. So when you come back from the Passover, you will be in the midst of the Feast of Unleavened Bread. You should have no leaven in your house. All leaven should be out your house, and you should eat unleavened bread 7 days. All right?
That is great. Take that leaven out your house. If you wait till the last minute, you could easily forget it. And then when you come back to the house, all that will be still in there. Take it out. If it's stuff that I guess you still want to eat or save or something like that, because you might have a lot of it. You might just purchased it or bought it. What I did was in the back of our house, we have a clothesline. And so, I mean, a cat can still get, if a cat get it, you earned it. But I would tie the bag up to the clothesline. Or do like somebody who got, say, thinking caps on. Put it in the trunk of your car. You know what I'm saying?
In the trunk of your car, like Uncle Knox said, or if you have a shed, you can put in your shed.
Yeah,
as long as it's not in your dwelling place.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, or scarf. And with that being said,
one more thing, and just like you said, you got it every day of that week while you're in Feast of Unleavened Bread, you have to eat a piece of unleavened.
Right.
So I don't care if it's the matzo crackers. You can go to, I think it's ShopRite, Walmart. They have matzo crackers. You can get them in the box. It's for the Passover, or it's kosher, whatever they say. And then also, what is it? The corn tortillas.
Corn tortillas.
You can't get the flour. You can't get the flour tortillas, right, because they got leaven in them. So, but you can have the corn tortillas. You can have that as a piece of unleavened bread. That ain't what?
He put us on game.
Right, but you have to eat a piece of unleavened bread every day.
Every day, right?
Every day, and don't think that it's just easy. Sometimes you can forget. So make sure you on it. You know what I'm saying?
All right, Majum Shabbat, Majum, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatham, Yazmatah, Sarge, when you turn, Sister Majum, gonna get a sister a courtesy salute. Men of Israel, Majum Shabbat, Majum, Barak,
Yahweh Shemar Alatham Bashem Yahweh
Yazmatah, class dismissed.
What you doing phlebotomy? You doing phlebotomy? Oh, see that? Well, down here, the burgundy scrubs is phlebotomy. Okay. They make everybody wear gray down here for CNA. Mm-hmm. So you got up in Penn, huh? Yep. Well, that's what's up.
I just started last